Hey you guys, Killing86, aka Raven, welcome to another movie trailer reaction. Now, one trailer just popped up on my Instagram and I can't be able to play all of it, but the movie's called Don't Let Go. It was the producers of the movie Get Out, which as you guys may have known, Jordan Peele was the one who wrote it, and let me tell you guys, that movie was scary. So let's take a look at this movie called Don't Let Go. A classic song.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Uncle Jack.
The best thing about your dad being such a screw up is I get to spend time with my favorite niece. Hey, Ashley. Ashley? 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 No, God. I'm so sorry, Jack. Tell me this isn't happening. I prayed for a second chance to save her.
Huh?
Who is this?
Who do you think it is?
Where are you calling from?
I'm at my house. In my bedroom.
What's the date today?
It's June 25th.
Believe it or not, I'm sitting right here. 2 weeks in the future.
What?
I don't understand.
There's a crime that in your time hasn't yet happened. Your dad's gonna die. Your mom's gonna die. And so are you. But as long as you're alive, you can change things.
2 days to live? What's that?
Just reconstructing the timeline.
Who did it?
We don't know that yet.
There's people here. There's a white car.
Ashley, turn around and go.
Jack, tell me what's going on. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna let that happen.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Damn, that's oh man, I'm starting to cry. But damn guys, that's crazy. I mean, oh man. You know, we see a lot of movies, you know, what happens like in the future, and we see hopefully they can try to fix things, to change destiny. It's like I don't know if you guys remember this. This is this movie. It's a long time ago, a long time ago. I don't know why I said that. In 1998, I believe there was a movie called Frequency. It stars Dennis Quaid and James Carvell. I can't say his name. Um, he was on a television show. He was with a smart guy that uses like surveillance cameras. But anyway, this guy Dennis Quaid plays a fireman, and he has a son. He calls him Chief. And then after that, we see 30 years into the future. We see Chief grown up. He's a cop, and he found out we see that his dad died in a building, a fire building, and he didn't make it. And he has these ham radios. These are the old radios that you could be able to talk around the world and everything. And there was like a aurora borealis. It's some type of northern lights that was shining above his house, and he gets a call from somebody stating that, "Are you ready to watch the game of the Amazing Mets?" And they said, "Wait a minute, the game started 30 years ago." He tells them what happened and how they won, and he tells them that, "Wow, you're right, man. How'd you guess the game?" Yes, come on, it happened 30 years ago. He tells him like, "Oh yeah, I'll tell you the second game," and then he later finds out that he calls his son Chief, and he tells him the code for the machine that he had to use to transmit. It was the same one. He finds out that was his father 30 years ago. And he told him that you died. He told him the date is like, wait a minute, you're telling me I'm gonna die tomorrow? He says, no, there's a fire, a Bunsen fire. If you went the other way, you wouldn't have made it. And then he just hung up and also lost connection. So he was trying to talk to him, but he didn't want to believe him. But when he watched the game that day, and how they won, he was like, no way, that's impossible. And then when he finds out where the fire was at, it was at a building. He was able to go another direction, and he was able to save himself. And then his elder kid, just found out, like, how did he die? He died of cancer, man. Not the Bunsen fire. No, he survived that. He died of cancer, and he was like, oh my god. And he was able to talk to his dad, tell him his life, and it was the best thing. But then he later find out that his mom, he was a nurse. She was murdered, and she tells him when, and he told his son that that's next week. And so he was going through all the nurse files that were killed, where she was, where they were, and how she died. So he went over to these places to make sure they don't die, so they'll find out who did it. And it didn't work. So the guy knew where his family lived, and he was able to beat him. But then later, when his son heard the news, he said, "Wait a minute, my mom's still dead. That means he didn't die." And the rest is history. So guys, I think right there it kind of based this one question. If you had a chance to change the history of what happened, or change someone's destiny, would you take it? I think right there we're seeing the uncle talking to his niece that died 2 weeks ago, and it's about 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before now, into the past. Now he's telling her what to do, and try to figure out who did this, so they'll be able to stop him. And how is a little girl gonna be able to try to stop that and convince his parents that this is gonna happen? But let me ask you guys this: like I said, if you had that one chance to change destiny, would you do it? Now, guys, now for me, it would be a tough question. It's a tough question, but part of me wants to. Part of me doesn't want to, but part of me wants to, because. But you can never know, because the one thing is, guys, if you change something in the past, something else will happen later. That I don't know. I watch too much Avengers Endgame, guys. Anyway, if I would have had that chance to change it, I would. I bet you. Would you guys do it? I bet you guys would too. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this trailer. Sorry I kept rambling on. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reactionable gameplay. Drop some likes if you enjoyed this. Whew, that's a good movie, so I really want to see that. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, like I always say, stay positive, guys.